just today, Russia and Ukraine have reached a deal. They have reached a deal to get grain out to people who might otherwise starve. There are millions of people around the world that are not being talked about as a consequence of this irresponsible war. The war might actually hurt more people outside of Ukraine even than inside. We're talking about Yemen, where the United Nations says is a step away from starvation for millions of people. We have essentially this conflict's been going on for longer than the Ukraine conflict, probably, and not as many people talk about it these days, but there have been some improvements and some hope there as well. Saudi Arabia proposes a peace deal. One of them is unblocking the airport. The rebels said that should not even be a bargaining chip, and so on. So Noam, what is the current state? Do you have any hope, at least for the famine? Do you see that this will, do you see this as a positive thing that the United Nations and Turkey has been able to accomplish? And will it mean removing mines, landmines or sea mines to get the grain out? What do you see from this?
Well, so far it's narrow. It doesn't involve landmines or even the sea mines. Part of the agreement is that the Ukrainian Navy will steer ships so as to avoid the mines that they have information about their mines. It won't have an effect for several weeks, but so we're really not sure how it will be implemented or if it'll be implemented, but it is a very positive sign. Turkey, for once, is playing a positive role, and the United Nations is essential. It's the core of the process, and it's if this goes through, it'll be very significant. There are literally tens of millions of people facing imminent starvation if the whole Black Sea region continues to be cut off fertilizers as well.
Do you see any hope to end the Yemen conflict, which the United States and UN have been trying to end for years? And seems that just like with the Russia-Ukraine conflict and others, there's always people who are saying this is not enough. There are war hawks saying forget the whole diplomacy thing. How do you do you see any light at the end of the tunnel for either of these conflicts at the moment?
Well, I think there's a long way to go in Yemen, but it's the right direction. I mean, in any of these conflicts, either you move towards diplomacy, which means end results that no one is totally satisfied with, but are better than the alternatives. That's the meaning of diplomacy. So either you do that, or you have war, disaster, horrors, starvation, destruction. Those are basically the choices in Ukraine as well.
If you want to see more videos like this, click subscribe and then remember to click the little bell icon so you get notifications.